So I think I'm on the lookout now for an old Ferguson because that's the tractor I learned on.
Okay.
And I sent you a picture on Facebook of it, but I didn't go and look for one yet. So it's an old Ferguson. It's pretty distinctive, the grill on the front.
Is that like the one in the agricultural simulator, historical farming?
I didn't look at that one. It's doubtful though. I don't know if did that. Do they have Fergusons in the classics game or the what's it called? Historical farming.
Yeah, I think so. That is the base tractor is a Ferguson.
Oh, okay. Obviously, I haven't played it.
So,
I've watched some videos of it though. Oh, I've watched all yours and
yeah,
some of
so,
Stocko's.
Yeah, so the red tractor that you start off with in agricultural simulator historical farming is a Ferguson.
I'll have to have a closer look at it.
I can't remember what model it is, but
I noticed on one of Dur's videos I watched today, he had a lawn tractor parked there.
ah, well there you go.
Well, I hate the profit hopper, so I probably won't like the lawn tractor either.
Well, there you go.
I did have a good giggle at his episode when he was using the backhoe, because I own one and I learned to use it on the internet. Like I had a backhoe simulator.
Ah, okay.
So seeing him, fudge around with it was pretty funny.
I can imagine. Okay, I'm just going to go around the field and just make sure that the top and bottom of the field have got enough for you to be able to plough into. And then I think...
I'm really liking this tractor.
Good.
So give you a turn with it if you like, and I'll go grab a seeder, put some grass seed in it, or well, put the seed in, and go around and trim the edges.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, what I'm doing now is I'm just going to be tidying up, so I'm just going to do this tidying up, and then yeah, I'll do that.
Thought you were gonna back into me.
No, I knew you were there. We haven't had too many collisions, in fairness.
The last episode was pretty funny though.
Oh yeah, it was hilarious. So...
And who do you blame? They're both red vehicles.
Yeah, I know.
I guess that's who you blame.
I think we'll have to check with Stocko on that one. If both vehicles are red, who is actually at fault?
Purple.
Okay. The one with the green
Okay,
writing
this
above his
path
head,
should be the last one on this side.
which on my screen is you. Yeah, this thing hasn't got a very wide pickup radius. Okay, so I'm thinking... Yeah. I'm thinking that'll... So are you going to want to go and grab your other tractor now? You're going to go find the major, aren't you?
I will in a minute. I'll just finish trimming the end of these of our old field.
Okay. I think I've gotten the straw cleared enough now around the edges that you can do that without too much difficulty.
It'll plow the straw under anyway.
Yeah, but we don't want to waste valuable money.
Well, that's true.
I mean, granted, we have got 114,000, but...
Not for long.
Let's not go acting like we're millionaires yet, because we're not. So... But there we go. So It's midday, lunchtime. Are you enjoying another liquid lunch?
Not today. It's Monday. I guess that's... Doesn't really matter what day it is. It's just whether it strikes my fancy or not.
Yes.
It's a great thing about being almost retired.
Yes. Of course, that probably doesn't make much sense because most of the videos go out on a Wednesday. So for everyone that is watching, we normally record on a Saturday night. But this last Saturday I was away at my parents' house, so we weren't able to do that. So we're now recording on a different night. So we're recording. It is Monday night, isn't it? Wow.
Yep. Suffering from withdrawal.
Yes. Yeah. I think it was.
The field going fallow.
I could almost see. I could almost see the expression on your face when I mentioned on TeamSpeak that it was kind of, yeah, no, I'm away this weekend, so we won't be recording on Saturday night. It's
yeah,
like
I had to go into therapy.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the bill for that, aren't I? Okay. But it was almost like I phoned my parents. I phoned my friends up today, and I'm arranging something for them. And it's going to take a little while, and one of their kids was there, and he's like, "Oh, thank you," and then he realised that it's not going to happen for like a few days, and his mum just said to me, "Oh, the face," and he kind of, "Oh my god," and even without seeing it, you just know. So, bless them.
Christmas is still a week away?
Yeah. It is basically that. But I thought it was today! Bless them. But yeah, no, I saw them at the weekend, because of course they live over near my parents, and that's quite a way away from where I live, but it's nice to get over there and see them and catch up. And the kids are just absolutely hilarious. They make me laugh so much. So, sat around at the dinner table, and everyone's kind of trying to use rude words to make everyone laugh, and it's just, yeah, just absolutely hilarious.
I'm concentrating. I'm trying to clean up a line.
Okay, that's
That's
good.
why I'm listening but not saying anything.
That's all right. You can listen away. We can between the two of us, we tend to talk anyway. So, and you know, I'm just good at talking. I talk for England, which is probably good, considering if you were to talk for England, it would be with a Canadian accent.
Don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I suppose I should check this in. Yeah, I thought so.
What a matter.
I didn't do this end yet.
Okay. Oh, I'm still half speed, which, when I'm finished, doesn't really make sense. So yes, I don't know how much. Actually, we'll be able to check, won't we? Ding, ding, ding. Where's the finances?
You're looking for, what, a session timer or something?
No, I'm just looking to see the because we've got the. I'm just looking at the harvest income. So yeah, the harvest income. So I'm just looking to see how much money we're making from this thing, from the straw. So far, it looks like it's $1,560. So. Which is, yeah, not oodles, but as one of our supermarkets over here, Tesco, say, every little helps. Although I heard that slightly differently from my mother. So it was kind of every little helps, said the old lady as she piddled in the sea. So, which is a rather quaint image, I'm sure. So let me know when you're ready to swap over.
How are we doing for time?
I have no idea because I actually didn't set. I said about setting a timer and I didn't. So
Our session is at about a minute and 5 minutes, or an hour and 5 minutes. But I don't know how long we've been recording.
Probably for about 40 minutes of that, I would have thought.
I'm gonna really work that new hard drive.
Yeah, well, it seems to be working well, so I'm pretty happy with it. So
You might have to split this one in a two-parter.
yeah, we may well do, because I know it's the last episode ended up being 50 minutes, so I'm going to leave that as a one-parter. But this one we might need
So
to.
for 30 minutes of this game, how long does it take you to upload it?
30 minutes at the moment without the fibre broadband. It literally does take between 7 or 8 hours to get the file uploaded. And before that, I have to convert it into iMovie and then edit it. So converting it takes around about 40 minutes, and editing it takes. Editing it itself is quite small. Then exporting that takes about another hour to 2 hours. So yeah, it takes the best part of a day of effort just to get a 30-minute video up online, which is why I try to kind of do one a day rather than try to do 2 or 3, because it's just so time intensive, particularly on upload.
Game time.
It does, and the reason I'm doing it is to have fun playing the games rather than kind of just do the stuff behind the scenes. I need to do the stuff behind the scenes, don't get me wrong, but if I can only realistically upload one episode at a time and it takes 8 hours, even if I were to run for 24 hours, I could only do 3 episodes getting up in a day. But I'd have to be awake at all those different points of time. So, but like I say, I'm having fun with it. I'm trying to do the best that I can, and hopefully everyone that's watching will understand that.
Do you do your rendering on your gaming computer?
No, I use my MacBook Pro. So
okay, so you can play while it's working.
Absolutely, as long as it's done the conversion bit, because the file remains on my gaming computer, and then I use a converter program to get it across onto the Mac, because the file format that Fraps records in by default isn't recognised by iMovie, so I can't import it directly. So I have to then use a converter and then import it into iMovie and then set it going, and then it can do its thing and I can play on the games, I can do whatever I like. So, which is what I was doing earlier. What I'm doing now, I've got a video editing away on the MacBook, and we're playing away on this.
I wonder how much faster the fiber will be for uploading.
Oh, I'm hoping at least 4 times faster, but we'll see. I can remember when I posted a speed test and on Facebook, and Sean was just laughing. So, but it could be worse. I mean, I go away to my parents, and the upload speed there is worse than I get here. So,
I live on a little island, so I don't really have a lot of options. I've got DSL.
yeah. So, no,
It's enhanced DSL, so it's a little better than stock, but not by much.
Yeah. Well, so do you get a reasonable upload speed?
I would if I was uploading. Like I've uploaded through FTP, that sort of thing, and it's pretty decent.
Oh, that's
And when I play multiplayer games that are local, it's usually me that hosts it.
Fair enough.
I've run servers, like I used to play Battlefield 1942, and I'd host a server at home, and 8 to 12 players on that.
Yeah.
With TeamSpeak going as well.
Cool.
Yeah, I used to run a Linux server. I haven't been using it. I replaced it with a laptop and just stopped hosting games.
Yeah. Yeah, I think possibly gonna, because this must be getting a bit boring for everyone that's watching. I'm just literally going up and down the field at the moment, so I think I'm gonna probably pause until you're ready to swap, so we've got something different to show.
Okay.
And yeah, so I'm just gonna stop the recording for a moment. So we'll catch you in a little while when we're ready to swap over, and you'll see something different. So for now, just take it easy. Okay, so that's emptied that load, and I think you're ready to switch, aren't you, Hitman?
Yep, I'm finishing this trip here.
Yeah, should I look
I
away?
didn't know how long you're going to be, so I did another strip.
Perish the thought. Okay,
So I'll get you set up the way I think the plow is supposed to run.
okay.
Then I'll leave it to you to remember to switch it at the end of each pass.
Yeah,
And if
okay.
you don't, you're going to get posed by your viewers.
Okay. Yeah, so... Okay, thank you. That's always nice. So I'm just going to have a look around this from the outside. So yeah, it's quite cool. If we kind of get in... I'm just going to put that... Okay, so
Okay,
I'll
hop
goes
out of
down
here.
there.
We actually, did you want to tab or drive over?
Oh, you're up that end, are you? Okay. I thought you were coming back down this end. I didn't realise which way you were going. Oh, you've decided to tab. Okay, I'll walk. I'll run up here. Get my tractor.
You seen the movie Christine?
No.
You're about to. This thing was... I can hardly keep up to you. Run, fat man!
Evasive maneuvers.
I'll let you go this time.
I got in the tractor. I can't believe you were going to try and run me down.
It wasn't me, it was the red truck.
Oh, okay. If you say so.
And we're naming the truck Christine.
Okay. If you say so.
Are we writing all this down?
What, the names of the equipment?
Mm-hmm.
Not
There's
at
a
the
test
moment.
at the end of the show.
So you've been running on 70%, is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
About 11 miles an hour.
That's cool.
I don't know if it's historically accurate. I didn't go any faster just because I wanted to kind of stay in a straight line.
Yeah, straight lines are usually good when you're ploughing. I don't know if they're good when I'm ploughing, but we'll figure that part out.
Now, if you don't want to keep switching your plow around, you can just, when you finish one pass, go along and go up the other side.
This
Just
is
keep
true.
plowing to the outside.
This is true. And that way I might bump into you on the odd occasion.
Well, that way your plow is always facing the right way. Oh, just, you know, you would go up the that center road there, right to the edge of this field.
Yeah.
There's no point in plowing this over here.
No, and I think you already
Speaking
did
of
the other side of that field, didn't you? So that's all linked in. So it's going to be one ginormous, great big field, although it's actually 3. Well, that's cool. I wonder what kind of a harvest we're going to get off of this one.
Pretty decent one for the size for equipment. I can only imagine how many passes this is going to take with that harvester.
Yeah. That might be another upgrade requirement.
Were you running this in first or second gear?
I was running that in... I was running it in first most of the time, because second gear I was finding I was missing stuff too much. So there you are. I can see you. So we'll give your expression a go, kind of seeing if we can plough this like this. Da, 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 da. You should see the setup I've got right now. I've got my iPad to the left of me, my MacBook Pro editing videos to the right of me, and I've got this huge screen in front of me for the game, so...
Sounds like that song stuck in the middle with you.
Something like that. And yeah, so... it does keep me out of mischief. I think. And I think once I've done this, we're going to have to kind of go over and find the green spots that were in this field and see if we can just eradicate those.
Yeah, I think the only way to do that easily would be to fertilize it, and then you'd see the holes.
Yes.
Or just not worry about it.
You could not worry about it, yeah.
I mean, I'm as anal retentive as you are, but at the same time, there comes a point when you just gotta let go.
Yeah, they are only very small spots, so I'm not going to lose too much sleep over them.
Well, if you have to work to find them, then I wouldn't worry too much.
Yeah, I probably will just do a little bit of a drive around and just see if I can see any. If they're obvious, I'll hit them. If not, then we'll miss them. And that'll be that. So, yeah.
Well, the trick would be to cultivate it, and then fertilize it, and then look for the spots that aren't dark. Well, I guess the spots that are light, and then you'll know where to plow.
Yeah.
So we could do that off camera if you want. It's pretty boring to watch.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm not too worried at the moment. I think we're very much on the outer limits of what this tractor can handle with this plough. But it's doing quite well. I mean, I think the front weight is obviously helping it. How are you getting on with the...
I just filled it up first time here.
Excellent. Because, I mean, that was one of the ones that you were quite keen to try, so...
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
And it's not too expensive either, so... I wonder if it will have earned its money back by the time we've finished.
Well, I don't know. Look at how much money I have, and then I'll unload this whole amount, and we'll see how much we get.
Well, I can see it because I think it comes under harvest income, and because we haven't sold any of the grain or anything, so we can look at that at the end of the episode, and we can compare that against the price of what we've paid for it. We can probably figure out how many harvests it's going to take for it to pay itself back, or if it already has. So yeah, so now we're not looking at me going up and down a field picking up straw. We're looking at me going up and down a field ploughing. But at least it's so much quicker than it was last time. The amount of time that Hitman and I spent off-screen last time ploughing the fields with those 2 furrow ploughs was just ridiculous. So it's all good for the classical teeny tiny equipment if you literally have teeny tiny fields, but if you're trying to plough something a little bit bigger like this, yeah, just don't.
Well, if we do a season 2 of this, maybe we'll start over with the small stuff again and go on a much smaller map.
Yes, yeah. There are some nice smaller maps. I saw one on someone's channel called Drayton Farm, which is supposed to be set in English countryside, and it is quite a small map, but it looks a little bit, in certain areas it looks a little bit unfinished, so... But there are a number of maps out there, so again, maybe the viewers have got potential suggestions. I mean, if they want to see a season 2 on a different map, then that would be cool. So... I can't believe you're trusting me with this ploughing.
Yeah, I'm watching you.
I bet you are.
No, not really. I'm just trying to stay on the lines here.
Yeah, but you'll be watching the episode. You usually do.
Yep.
So at least I'm guaranteed one viewer.
That's true. Well, I like to watch it. I just, it's kind of a quality control, and I have fun making the videos, and I have fun watching them too.
Yeah. So how have I been doing on the quality control for the videos so far?
It's acceptable.
You'll have to see, because obviously you haven't seen what I've done with the because we did the fast forward scene last episode. And
Yeah, we should. Have you seen the show Benny Hill?
Yes.
So we should do like a Benny Hill type thing and play it. The song's called Yakety Sax. So I don't know if you're allowed to use it or not.
It's probably copyrighted, so I would probably err on the side of caution on that one.
Right. But you could do a pretty funny segment with that.
Yes. I think that's probably one. If we're gonna do something like that in the future, I might see if I can contact the copyright owner and see what permissions they're prepared to offer on that.
I've seen that one on a lot of videos, so hopefully it wouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah, I think you can use it on YouTube as long as you allow an attribution of rights or something, so they get the royalties when it's played, and so on and so forth. At least that's
well, it makes sense. You're not making money off of it, so
no, I'm
making money off your music.
No, I'm not making. I have the only video I have monetized on the channel is the squirrel stalking dog, because that's the only one that's not gameplay, and that's the only one that I genuinely own pretty much the rights for, because that's our dog sneaking out the back door to go and try and chase the squirrels. Bless her.
I've been thinking of doing a bunch of videos, like project videos, for like real life ones around my house.
Okay.
I've put in solar and a ring collection and running the backhoe, and I've done a lot of different stuff. We collect firewood, we collect logs and then mill it, so we have an electric sawmill. So all that stuff is pretty interesting to some people.
Yes, I should imagine it would be. So what's your strategy for the trees that are in the middle of this field now? We're just going to kind of skirt around them and contour around them like you've done with this one up here?
Yeah, just stay at speed and go around them best you can. If you get too close, it's kind of hard to harvest there, but then we just miss little spots of the harvester. We're trying to make it realistic, so
yeah, that's cool.
Having the vehicle.
That's cool. So
we're going to pretend that didn't happen.
We'll be running into trees in a minute. Although, yeah, you should have seen how well Sean wrapped himself around a tree previously. Literally, the trailer was right next to the tractor, and they were literally wrapped around the tree.
Okay, that part is all done, so I'm going to grab, where's our beast? Or the major, I mean.
Yes.
I'm going to grab the major. And then I'm going to get a cedar and go out and start tidying up around the edges.
Yep. Excellent. We might be able to even clean up those dirty bits that I did in the path next to our
And that was
first field.
part of the plan as well.
And you very, very discreetly didn't mention it, just so you didn't hurt my feelings. How very, very nice and thoughtful of you.
Well, you brought it up.
Yeah, well, I admit to my mistakes.
Yeah, the major would have said something about it.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have. He usually does. He's a cantankerous old so-and-so. I'm thinking this time we're going to go to the left of the trees, and then next time we're going to go to the right of the trees.
So we're having a pretty long video of this, but we've had some good conversations, and you're probably going to split it up, so...
Yeah, I think we'll probably split this, because I mean we're doing quite a bit this time around, so we'll probably have a part 1 and part 2, and rather than putting it all out on the Wednesday, we'll probably put one out on the Wednesday and then part 2 out on the Friday or something, just to keep it, because it'll take me time to kind of do the videos, but but hopefully by the time we're uploading this, the fibre will be here and I'll be able to upload at vastly superior speeds. So,
That'll be excellent.
but I think the reason to split it up is not so much now because of the file size and the upload, but because when you get episodes that are longer than an hour or so, it becomes very difficult to watch it in one sitting.
That's true.
So I can remember I held off watching Stocko's episode 50 of his season 1 of Farming Simulator because it was 3 hours, and I had to sit down and be able to seriously invest that time. So,
Yep, same here.
but I did enjoy it when it was there. But, so, yeah, that's another thing that we need to replace. And what you're doing now, just kind of tidying up, is probably okay, but we don't want to be doing too heavy stuff with that seeder.
Yeah, no, we've got duplicates of a lot of this old equipment, so we'll probably, you know, keep one and then sell the other.
Yeah, that sounds good. I just do as I'm told.
Well, you're holding the money.
I know. I still do as I'm told. You're holding the 2x4. At least that's what you told. That's what you told me.
FDR said walk softly and carry a big stick.
Yes.
So that's my foreign policy. Well, that was their foreign policy.
Yes.
I don't really have a foreign policy.
Do you not?
No, I like foreigners. I like everyone.
You're Canadian, isn't that part of the deal?
Well, it used to be. I won't even get into that. I'm really happy with what our country's doing right now.
Well,
we're becoming the a-holes of the world. It's pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, well, I won't even get into British politics because, yeah, I will. I have some interesting names for our current government. Don't get me wrong; they're doing their job, and at the end of the day, whoever's in power, you're going to get governed one way or another, and chances are not everyone's going to like it. But it just, when you consider some of the great leaders that there have been in the world, you just have to wonder whether or not this is the best that we could do. But it's possibly the best we could do at the time.
So to totally change tack, sir, I'm looking at cultivators right now. So there was one in the mod pack that was really interesting, I really liked. But I'm not sure of the width, so buying another cultivator that's the same width as the ones we've got, I don't know about that. But it would be a neat one to have just sitting in the field, so we should maybe try that one. It's $900, which is a little low, but oh well.
Yeah, well, is that something you want to buy now, or are we going to buy that next episode?
Well, I don't really have anything else to do unless we buy another plow. I suppose I could use one of the little plows.
Okay.
Or maybe beat my head on my keyboard a bit.
Yeah, well, okay, so do you want me to pop to the shop with you, or?
Actually, you could pull out your cell phone and call in an order.
Okay.
And we'll get that Nicholson cultivator and the
Did you?
the old-timer front weight.
That's interesting. Did you realise that the plough wasn't actually folded out?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've just pressed X and it's kind of the plough's folded out, and I kind of, ooh, it does that. So what cultivator was the? Yeah,
I need to come over and see that. I can't believe I was running it without it being open.
And I'm just playing around. Mods by machine type. And we're looking at cultivators, aren't we? Because you were looking at that... Where is it? Cultivators. The MK cultivator, wasn't it? Because you quite liked the look of that one.
No, it was
No,
the
it's the
Nicholson.
Nicholson, wasn't it? Sorry. Yeah, you said the MK was a little bit too far along. So yeah, it's the... Okay, I think I've phoned the shop, and they're there.
I cannot believe. I kind of thought the plow looked a little funny.
So that's how you had it.
But I thought it was just me.
And I've just pressed X, and it's done that. So...
Press it again. Yeah, you're right. Well, I derped.
Okay.
John will be happy to see that.
Yeah, well, he was quite happy with someone else's derp on the server earlier. So...
Okay, so you bought the front weight and the cultivator?
No, I didn't buy the front weight. So let's
Well,
get that.
I guess you're gonna have to make another call. That's gonna cost us. It's an extra minute just to call in.
Yeah, well, considering we don't have cell phones, I'm having to drive all the way up the field, so it's costing us fuel. So
Maybe you blink your lights in Morse code and someone back at the farm is relaying it.
okay.
Or how about you just wrote it down and I'm taking a slip of paper there and saying you're authorizing me to pick those up.
Okay, well yeah. We'll go with whatever's easiest. So hopefully now that we've actually got the plough unfolded, we'll have a nice easy few runs of this. And you can pick up that nice new cultivator and I'll have a look at that as well. I was just trying to think of a field on my uncle's farm where they had trees in the middle of it, and it was one of the very top fields. I can't remember what we actually called it now, but it was one of the topmost fields of the farm, and it had this bunch of trees and brambles and everything, so proper bush stuff all the way in the middle of the field.
Well, you often see that on some of the older farms, like a big oak tree in the middle of the field.
Mm. Oh yeah, this was a number of trees. This wasn't just the one tree. It was a little kind of bunch of trees and bushes and brambles and a whole bunch of stuff there.
Okay, if you want to stop at that end, I'll bring this over for you to see.
Okay.
It's wider than the tractor. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Still can't believe I didn't unfold that plow.
Well, there you go. You obviously didn't have F1 pressed and realised that there was anything else to press, and I didn't either until I kind of pressed it by mistake and then thought, ooh, that's interesting. So... ooh, let's have a look at this then. Ooh! That is interesting, isn't it? Very...
I'll take over the plowing if you want to show that off.
Okay, that's cool.
So make sure you have the view kind of zoomed in on the tool, the attachment before you deploy it.
Okay.
And you'll see that the worm drive is kind of neat, how it screws out.
Yeah. So, what were we doing with this? We're just covering the spots that you've done. So.
No, that's the. We're all ready to start cultivating.
All right. So you've already kind of. What about the bits where you've seeded grass on the?
We'll get them when the grass comes up.
Okay.
Because good luck figuring out where they were.
Okay, so I guess we'll just start at this end, and we're not going to do all of the cultivating on screen this time around. We're going to probably come back, and that'll be episode. What are we up to? Episode 4, episode 5. That'll be then, won't it? No, this is
6.
6. Yeah. I'll figure out how to count. So let's see what we're going to do with this when we deploy it. So that's pretty cool, actually. So that's a nice animation, that one. So let's see what we can get out of this baby.
I wouldn't be surprised that one on these old tractors you could probably run near full speed.
Yeah, I'm just seeing what we can do. So far so good. Although that's getting on for like 19 miles an hour.
It's got wheels. Mind you, the wheels aren't down, but...
No. So I think I might tone it down to about 15, I think, probably. I think that's about right. Oh, and it's got the... did you notice also in the screen at the bottom where you have the attachment icons, it's actually got a different icon for this cultivator. Did you see that?
I hadn't noticed.
Ah. So there you go. You'll have to have another look in a minute.
I noticed Farmer Fad was a little bit drunk when he went around the trees.
Yeah. Well, you said go around at speed, so I did. I mean, is that not what you meant?
Yeah, okay. That's okay, it's nothing I can't fix up.
It'll come out in the wash.
I was looking more at the big green strip.
Oh, that bit, yeah. Well, you see, you fooled me by swapping over, and then I was going to fix what I'd done, and then.
But I caught you.
Yeah, you caught me.
Ruining our farm.
There's probably a little bit that we need to do just to kind of a few little green bits at the edge of the other field, because I didn't quite get caught last time. So.
Where do you mean?
You know, right at the edge where you go into the straw at the moment.
Okay, well I'll just do a strip up there then.
Yeah. So. Although I think we probably need to kind of call it a day for this episode in a minute. So.
Yeah, I'm just about finished the plowing, but I guess we can...
Once you finish the ploughing, I think that's probably where we'll finish it, and then we'll just... The next episode will pick up just with the rest of the cultivating.
Really like this tractor.
Yeah, it is good.
How do you like the cultivator?
I'm liking the cultivator. I think it's really very good, actually.
Is it easy to use, or?
Oh yeah.
I didn't notice if it's is it fixed to the tractor or is it on a hitch?
When you say fix the tractor?
Oh, like this plow. When I turn it, the whole thing turns. It's not articulated.
No. This it's articulated. It's not kind of.
So it acts like a trailer.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's working very nicely, which is nice when you're kind of correcting your course a little bit on a pass. It doesn't. Yeah, because it's on the single hitch. Ooh, narrowly avoided hitting the tree. Narrowly avoided missing the tree. That would be hitting the tree, wouldn't it? But I didn't. I would never damage your precious Major.
It's not precious. Okay, the plowing. Oh yes, you wanted me to do another strip up the side.
Yeah. make this the last strip of cultivating.
So next episode, I guess we're back to cultivating.
Yep, that seems about right.
What else do we have on the books?
Well, we're also going to look at whether or not we buy that field down by the cows and plough some of that up. So,
what's our money look like right now?
115,000. So actually, that's a good point. We need to have a look before we sign off. We need to have a look and see how much money we've made from selling that straw. So the harvest income is 4,579, and our what's it thingy cost us £27,500 or dollars even. So
another harvest, like when we harvest this field, if we grow straw or barley, then we'll make the money back. Pretty close.
We've made 4,700.
That's a pretty decent return.
Yeah, so it's certainly within, even if we don't make it next harvest, we would have made the money back by the harvest after that. So whilst you're doing that, I'm going to go, the Major's looking a little bit thirsty, because he's got a red light saying 9 litres of fuel. So I'm going to take him over to the drinking station. So,
now speaking of that, we're looking at fertilizer and seed trailers for next episode or two.
yes.
Whenever we go to seed and fertilize.
Yes.
Because remember last time?
Yeah, that was...
Boy, we sure made a lot of trips.
We made a heck of a lot of trips back across this yard. So, fortunately, fuel doesn't go nearly so quickly. Although, obviously, I think it does go slightly quicker with having the manual ignition mod. So this is where I'm going to totally derp, because this is kind of working in an articulated fashion, and I can reverse it, but it makes it very difficult. So I'm going to go into first person and try and reverse in first person, because that should be a little bit easier. Slow and steady. So I'm just going to put this in front of the other cultivators. There we go. Whoa, there we go. Nice and easy. Okay.
And I've got one of the plows to take over to sell. We upgraded it.
Oh yeah.
And probably grab a seeder to bring over too. Or I mean a cultivator.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. So I'll grab one of the cultivators.
So we could end this episode at the shop, and the start of the next episode we'll buy the those 2 trailers to take back with us.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, because I'm sure that the farming shop, since we've spent so much money with them, they'll give us a preferential parking space, won't they?
They will. They better.
They're gonna. Otherwise, you're gonna get them with that 2x4.
No, I'm feeling like hitting somebody with it. It's them or you, so.
I think I vote them. So, I definitely vote them. Although I probably don't get a vote, do I?
I'll give you one this time.
So I take it you're already over there.
I am. Just checking out the new tractor. It says it's synchromatic. I wonder what that means.
I don't know.
Might just be a buzzword to sell more tractors. Sounds technical.
Yes. It does sound technical, but does it actually mean anything? I think that's the key.
It's a pretty powerful tractor for its time, I think. Got 55 horsepower on it.
Hmm. Okay. Are you watching to make sure I don't ding the Major?
Yeah, I'm watching. Get old Gertie in here.
Okay.
So may as well come over and sell those 2 items, and I think we can wrap this one up.
Yep, so let's sell those. Get rid of them. Don't need them no more. So, sell the lempkin. Okay, that's made more money probably than we did with the straw. So, okay, so we're back where we started, and we'll start next episode from here. And yeah, so I think all that's left to say is until next time, take care, folks.
Bye for now.